So I'd like to have a little conversation with you here about Maslow's hierarchy of needs and how if you don't obey this damn pyramid, then you're going to screw everything up and your life's going to suck. So let me talk to you about why I have some insights on this because of my own noticing how I'm screwing things up and realizing if I organize this pyramid better, it would work a lot better. So here's how it works. Physiology, like staying alive, essentially, eating, shelter, not freezing to death, not burning to death if you live in Phoenix, or making sure you have your food, water, obvious, right? So we all put that first, of course we do. But safety and security. So at the level of like a real human need, safety and security is giving yourself some longevity around your physiology. I have a home, I have a place to go to, I have some food or some dependable source of food, then I have a way of keeping myself protected from threats. And that's what it is on a very basic, deep, visceral level, like on the actual, the fulfillment side. But what's happened, and so, oh, by the way, pause for a second. I'm going to go back to this, and then once you've got this, then you can worry about that. So this is how the needs thing works, right? First you get this handled, and then you can worry about this, and when you get that handled, then you can worry about this, and when you get that handled, then you worry about that, and and so until this thing is handled, you can't really put your attention on and get the next one, okay? So we got that. And so once we've got physiology handled, I'm not starving to death, I'm not thirsty, then I can actually focus on my safety and security because that takes me a little bit more into the future. But once I've got that handled, only then do I go and focus on love and belonging. So here's the insight that I had. It's like with love and belonging in my marriage, that's really important to me and I want to put attention on that. But what I noticed is that I wasn't putting the attention on it that I really wanted to, and it was because here's an example, I have to work late today, or I have to do more work, and I can't spend time with you, I can't be with you because I have to get work done. Intellectually, that's because I make the money, and then I can bring some money home, and I can afford for us to do the things that we want, and the safety and security can be taken care of. But wait a minute, that's kind of a weird backwards loop, because the reality is with safety and security is that it really just means actually staying safe and secure. But what we do is we take what that means and we inflate it. And so look at what it used to be. It was like, have a roof over my head, have a place where people can't, hurt me and injure me. But then we started sticking other things in here like Wi-Fi, broadband connection, and the gym membership, and making sure I can get a massage every week, and going on holidays. And all of a sudden this one, which is like a narrow band, starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to remain secure by sustaining the life that we have, whatever that life is. And the more stuff we put in here, the more it takes to maintain safety and security, which in and of itself we considered, oh yeah, well that we kind of get that, but I don't think what we typically pay attention to or think about is that not only does that require more attention and it stresses us out, but what it does is it pushes all the other stuff in the pyramid up. So until that's handled, then we can't even put any attention on love and belonging. And so my big insight was, as long as I'm putting making money to sustain the lifestyle as more important than being there with my wife, then I'm essentially saying I can't do love and belonging until all this huge fat thing of safety and security is taken care of. And so the insight that I had once I saw that was like, well, what if I actually treated security and safety as what it originally meant, like on a human animal level, and it was just like, are we going to get killed? Are we safe? Are things going to be okay on a basic level, on like a human level, like a deep human need level? And once that's handled, then I can put my attention on my love and my relationship instead of putting it off until this huge fat, thick safety and security thing gets taken care of. So that was a good switch because it helped me to put more attention to my relationship. But then here's the other thing that people look at, self-esteem. You see this one, self-esteem, that's a really interesting one. How much do I love myself? Do I care for myself? And people often say, oh, you can't love other people until you love yourself. I don't buy it. I think that this is actually accurate, that self-esteem comes after being loved and feeling like you belong. And that actually trying to go out and trying to love yourself when you don't have a sense that other people love you or care about you, I think it's backwards. I think that it's a beautiful thing that in order for us to reach a level of self-esteem and eventually self-actualization, that we actually need love from other people first. People don't like that. Like, oh, you should be able to do it yourself. Ah, screw that. I think it's a beautiful thing that we need other human beings to love us, to be connected with people in order for us to become whole. And so instead of trying to love yourself first, I'm not saying loving yourself is a bad thing. I think it's a prerequisite for self-actualization, yeah. But don't put it before love and belonging from others. Wait, so how do you get love and belonging from others if you don't love yourself? Well, then you have to just drop down into here and look at the concept of reciprocity, and you say to yourself, okay, I might not love myself, but I can get to that stage by getting love and belonging from others, and I don't need to love myself to get it from them, because all I actually need to do is love them. And so to get this stuff, to get love and belonging from others, all you have to do is love others and have them see that they belong. Give them this. Give people this, love and belonging, and all of a sudden you'll start getting that. So if you ever feel like shit, don't try to convince yourself you feel good. Just give other people love and belonging, and then enjoy the reciprocity of that will come. Don't block it. Let it come, receive it, be open to it. And as you get that, then you can start to say, wow, other people love me? I guess I can love myself too. Beautiful thing, to be loved, to feel like you belong, and to let self-esteem build on that. Think about raising a child. If they're not loved, if they don't have a sense that they belong, are they going to have any self-esteem? No, of course they're not. So we're just we're children on the inside, so live like it, act like it. So focus on giving love to my wife, for example, or to my son, or to my friends, and then all of a sudden I get that love back. Give to a community, and I get back from that community. The more I give to communities, the more I feel like I belong there. Oh, wow, how genius. And then the more I can start to think, wow, I esteem myself. Other people love me. I'll join that group of loving me. Great. It's a lot easier to love yourself when you got some evidence that it's probably a good idea from other people who are doing it too. So once you love yourself, then you can start focusing on actually actualizing yourself. You try to go out in the world and create something and do something amazing and live your capacity and express yourself in a big way, but you don't love yourself, good luck. Why are you going to speak something if you don't even think it has any value? Get this really beefy and fatty. Wake up in the morning and be like, oh God, I love myself. Look in the mirror and smile. Say things about yourself and feel so good. When people ask you what you do, feel happy and excited to talk about it because you just love what it is. You love it. It feels good. If you can't imagine feeling that way, then go back to here. More of this. Love more people. Give more people a feeling they belong. You'll get it back from them. It'll build you up to the next level. Don't try to do this without this. Don't try to do this without this. Don't try to do this without all the way down. So two things. Don't try to jump up a level. Don't skip a level. If you're having trouble getting to a level, go to the one before it. Give to that and let that come back. And then also, don't make these levels too fat. Like, don't think that physiology means that I need to eat at a Michelin star restaurant 3 times a day, every day, or else I'm not okay. That's not actually physiology. That's an expanded, modernized, twisted version of it. And if you do that, you'll constantly be putting everything else off. You'll be putting off your safety and security, you'll be putting off your relationships, and you'll never get there because that level comes too fat. This becomes too fat. And this one too, I think this is a nice important point. Maybe not for you in particular, but when I volunteered at the homeless shelter here in Santa Monica, you know, I saw that the biggest struggle that people have there is that they didn't esteem themselves. They thought shit of themselves. They look at the floor, they couldn't make eye contact. They didn't have any sense of dignity. They didn't have any sense of esteem at all. And then you've got a lot of people in America, especially, but in the world, saying, get off your ass and go get some shit done. Basically, go actualize yourself and be an asset to society. And they want them to do this, even though they don't have any of this. And I think this is the thing that people don't understand, is that people who aren't willing to get up and go work, they're not just lazy. They don't have this level of the pyramid taken care of because they've dropped so out of the system that they don't feel like they belong anymore, and they're just trying to deal with this. So to try to get somebody in this world who doesn't have any of this to get to here is freaking stupid. It's as stupid as me trying to have a great relationship with my wife when I'm worrying about the safety and security of the broadband and the Michelin star restaurants and all that shit. The second I put all of that stuff second later, and I say that's actually up here, that's the result of self-actualization. That's not actually safety and security. All of a sudden I can reprioritize. Handle this, then handle this, then handle this, then handle this. Keep them to their minimum, rawest essence. Don't fake yourself into thinking there's something more than that, and don't do them out of order. If there's questions, leave them in the comments. I'm happy to explore with you. Much love. Talk to you soon.